New at 6, a concerning crime trend. The number of crimes involving teenagers continues to climb here in the Queen City. Over the last few months, CMPD says there have been about 80 shootings involving kids or teens. But we should mention it's not just gun violence. Police say young people are also breaking into cars at an alarming rate as well.
Yeah, now CMPD and several local nonprofits, they're working together to try and curb these trends that we're seeing. But they all note that it's going to take everyone to try and make a difference here. WCNC Charlotte's Lexi Wilson sat down with the Mecklenburg County District Attorney to see how his office is handling these issues.
I sat down one-on-one with District Attorney Spencer Merriweather to see what accountability among young people looks like. He says for people under 18 right now, the punishment isn't deterring them from committing crimes. Stolen cars and gun crimes. Those behind the offenses are often kids, some as young as 11 years old.
You know, we need to be doing something different in the way that we tackle juvenile crime.
Mecklenburg County District Attorney Spencer Merriweather says prosecuting kids is no easy task. He says many who commit crimes often make their way back into the system.
It's a troubling thing when the prosecutors that I assign to our juvenile courts will recognize a juvenile from being an offender in our system, and then only within a couple of years, when I've reassigned those same prosecutors to the prosecution of violent crime in adult court, that they see the same faces.
Rules and laws are different for juveniles and adults. To keep it simple, juvenile courts use methods like community service, education, and supervision to keep the juvenile from reoffending.
That often the juvenile, the person who is less likely to receive accountability for that crime, is often the person who is holding the gun. It's because everybody knows, including the 18-year-old, the 19-year-old, the 20-year-old, they all know that if the 15-year-old is one holding the gun, that's the person who is less likely to be held accountable for it in a significant way.
Merriweather says they're working with the General Assembly and the courts to create more structure and longer periods of supervision for kids and teens who are involved in serious crimes. But he says it's a system greatly underfunded.
It doesn't mean that we shouldn't treat kids like kids, but the search for some level of accountability, a greater level of accountability and an interruption of the crime that's happening is certainly warranted in this day and age.
And of course, parents play a part in this conversation. Make sure you monitor your kids and know what they're up to. But Merriweather says it's also part of the community's responsibility too.